And good morning, Jonesboro and surrounding areas. This is Community Conversations on KLK 102.5 FM, and I am your host for today, Quabila Harden. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Cato Wonder, who is always busy handling station business, so I'm here by solo again today. And I want to say hello to my special guest. I have Dr. Pat Wilkerson and Dr. Pat Guy Walls again with me today. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. I'm so sorry. They are from Arkansas State University from the social work department. And yesterday we talked about the social work department, but today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. It's called, well, it's about the health disparity conference, or health disparities in general. And I've been doing some research, and it seems like a very intensive conference, something very interesting. And I'm looking forward to hearing the information you all have to share. But before we get into that, Dr. Pat Wilkerson, since you were with us before, and you have been with us before, can you please tell the listeners and viewers a little bit more about yourself?
Well, hello everyone.
Can you get a little closer to the mic?
As she mentioned, my name is Dr. Pat Wilkerson. I am a native of Little Rock, Arkansas, and I've been here in Jonesboro now. I'm going into my third year.
Okay.
So, anything else?
Tell me a little about your educational background.
Okay, I attended school at the University of Arkansas for my bachelor's and undergraduate, and I received my doctorate in social work from Wilkerson State University in Mississippi.
Okay. Thank you. Sure, so it's very happy for you and your expertise here. So let's get right to our topic for today. Where do you ladies want to start?
I'll give you just a little bit of background on the Health Disparities Conference. About, I would say 6 years ago, we started a conference that was called World's AIDS Day Conference.
Okay.
And that conference was held on World's AIDS Day.
Okay.
It was pretty well attended, but it's the end of the semester. And so students were busy having finals. And so after a couple of years, we folded the World AIDS Day Conference into what we call disparity conferences so that we can look at more of the health issues that was prominent in the Delta area. And so this year we will be going into our fourth health disparity conference.
Okay. Fourth year. Okay. And I saw online that this is also a national event as well. There's one to be one held in New Orleans this year. Now, do you all participate in that one?
That one is a separate conference.
Okay.
What ours? Ours is more of a regional conference, even though we have presenters who have presented not only on the state level, but they have presented on the national, and some of our presenters have presented even on the international surface.
Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, so give us a breakdown on how the conference works for the regional area.
Okay, for the regional area, this year we will have Dr. Charlotte Williams, who is also an associate professor and director of the Center for Community Philanthropy at the University of Arkansas Clemens Public School of Service.
Okay.
She is also a local in terms of being from here in this particular area. She earned her MPH and PH in Health Policy Research from the College of Public Health at the University of Arkansas Medical Science Campus, which is what we refer to as the University of Arkansas Medical Center.
Okay, UAMS.
Mhm.
Okay.
She was responsible for launching the Center on Community Philanthropy, focusing on developing partnerships within the communities and organizations interested in implementing programs with the community philanthropy. She's the principal investigator of a $750,000 grant and another one from Kellogg Foundation for $150,000. $50,000.
Goodness.
We're excited that she is from this area and will be able to speak towards the health disparities that we often experience. Along with that, she's recently published a book,
Okay.
rather, so she will be bringing it with her.
She's a great asset to this conference that's coming up. Can you please describe, for those that may not know, what is health disparities?
Health disparities is a lot of different types of diseases that people suffer from. And within the Delta area, we have several health issues that there is a direct correlation between lack of resources and availability of services.
Okay.
And so this year's theme is bridging the gap between health disparities in the Delta region. And what we're hoping for, the call for proposal has recently gone out,
Okay.
and we're going to encourage any of our listeners today that are interested in presenting at the conference. The call has gone out. It is on our webpage, and we are currently accepting abstracts for this conference. The call will close on September the 28th. So if you are interested, you have a passion about health topics, we want to encourage you to please submit your proposal. We're also calling on students to have an interest in research. Please submit your abstract as well, because last year we did a poster forum for students and it went very well.
Okay.
And so we are also encouraging students to present your abstract. It is a goal for this conference, as the other ones, for our presenters to present innovative topics that deals with health issues.
Okay.
In line with that, the topics can deal with things such as race, income, obesity, nutrition, economics, and HIV.
Okay. So basically, what you want people to get out of this conference is to see how people that live in a certain area are affected by either race, like you said, race, economics, or even just environmental issues that affect the overall health of an individual.
That's correct.
Okay.
It's a disadvantage living in a rural area,
Yes, ma'am.
and that's why it's.
And the type bridging the gap, is your expectation to help link individuals or agencies with the resources needed so that people can start increasing their health or increasing the quality of their life, I should say.
Yes. Overall, it's about making people more aware.
Okay.
With our technology today, many people in the rural areas are still lagging
Yes,
in
ma'am.
terms of services and knowledge. And so people present and provide this information to make others more aware of what's going on.
Okay. And what is the website that people can get more information or either submit a proposal or submit an abstract?
It's on Arkansas State University social work website.
You can go to www.astate.edu.
Okay. And maybe that's social work and then, okay. If you, www.astate.edu/social work, and then scroll down the page, I'm sure there's links and other information concerning.
It's really user friendly.
Okay.
They have done a lot of things to keep it where people have easier access.
Okay. I want to talk about, you said this is the 4th year.
This is the 4th year of the conference, and every year we try to build on the past conference.
Okay.
So not only are our presenters going to be and innovative topics, research that deals with health disparity. We also will be offering health screening.
Wonderful.
We are part of the College of Nursing and Health Profession, and we are taking a different road this year.
Okay.
That is being led by Dean Susan Hammerhand,
Okay.
in that we are making a conscious effort to be more healthy.
Okay.
So we will be offering health screenings. We will be offering, I know HIV and AIDS, we're going to be offering blood glucose, cholesterol, stress, and
Pressure.
Oh,
all of these will be free.
okay.
They will be free. This year, we're going to bring back what we had done in the past that is called a health passport for all of the participants who will be attending the conference. If you go around to each of the health stations and have them to sign your health passport, at the end of the conference, that will go into a basket, and we will have a drawing.
Okay. Now, I didn't get the date. What is the date of the conference?
November the 4th,
Okay.
Friday, and it's going to be there on the campus.
On campus. In which room are we doing?
It's the student union.
Student union. Okay. And the time?
The time we will have pre-registration that will begin at 8 a.m. and the conference will run till 4 p.m. We are encouraging people to register early.
Okay.
Registration for this conference is $60.
Okay.
You will be doing that online through the cashier's window.
Okay.
On our campus. If you want lunch, when you make your reservation, there will be a form that specifies the lunch will be $10.
Okay.
Another point is for many of our professionals, they have to receive continuing education,
Okay.
and we will offer
I think 6
6 hours of
6
continuing
hours.
education.
continuing education. And so that's a bonus. That is a bonus for the price of this conference. And I also went to student registration. They get a discount. Their registration will only be $10.
Okay.
And many students have to, in their different majors, they have to volunteer hours.
Mhm.
And so this would be a wonderful way that they can get those and at the same time get some really good information.
That's really wonderful. I wanted to ask, concerning student participation, if they want to submit an abstract or poster, if they volunteer to participate, will they get extra credit for classes, or this is just strictly?
That will be left up to the instructors.
Okay.
I gotta go in that.
Okay.
But the other side of it is, for example, our students have to show continuing education training.
Okay.
And so they will get 6 hours for the whole day,
Oh,
where
wonderful.
usually it's 3 hours per school
Okay.
semester.
So they still get some benefit from participating in the conference.
Yes.
Absolutely. All students that are in higher ed are, and it doesn't matter what the degree is, you are being trained in a manner to do research.
Okay.
This offers an excellent forum for them to show their talent on. Pick a topic that they are passionate about, research that topic, and present it, in a research form.
Okay. That's wonderful. And then this will, I'm sure, help them along the way as they get into their career. No, I don't think any one person that stays in an office, or depending on what they're doing, or just strictly does home business or strictly does one thing, they should want to branch out and explore other opportunities that surround their career. And I think the research aspect is really wonderful. So in the past, have you had a lot of students participate?
We had an excellent form last year, and students that participated in the research forum last year came from Dr. Wilkerson in our policy class.
Okay.
And their posts were absolutely great. And this is the feedback. This is just not mine because we may be a little bit biased, but we're our students.
Okay.
But this feedback came from independent judges that we sought out to judge the poster presentation. And the feedback that we got from all of the judges was that the students had done an excellent job.
That's wonderful. And so I'm going to ask about the different professionals that you're asking, or I guess requesting in essence to do a presentation. What background, I mean, from any health related, does it have to be health? Does it have to work in the health field, or what do you prefer?
They don't have to work in the health field. If they are passionate about a health topic, then they can present. The call has gone out. I'm sure, I don't have a list right now.
Okay.
I have a few. I know that a young lady has spoken with me that is a grad student that is going to be submitting a proposal. She has a passion about HIV and AIDS. And so that is what her poster presentation will be on. At this time, I don't know if it will deal specifically with women or adolescents, male, but that's an area that she's passionate about. And I know that one of the student groups that is in my policy class is going to be looking at obesity in the Delta region and tying that to health issues. And so again, I expect for us to have very innovative presentation. I do know that another native of Jonesboro, Arkansas, who was in school at Arkansas State during the time when I was here, is going to be coming in and speaking. And that is Grover Evans. A lot of people that may be listening may remember Grover. During the time when we was in school, he was in a very, very bad accident and did significant damage in his spinal cord. And I know he's going to be coming in, and his topic is going to center around the deficit in services for spinal cord patients. And he has an amazing story to tell because after his accident, Grover was very, very active in Jonesboro before then, and he had to learn to redo his life. And so I am particularly proud of him. He has a gold medal in the swimming in the Olympics. So I'm excited that he is willing to come back and talk about our struggle in his story.
That is wonderful. The phone lines are open. We are talking with Dr. Pat Wilkerson and Dr. Pat Guy Walls from the Social Work Department of Arkansas State University. Today we're talking about the Health Discussions Conference that is coming up in November. We're getting ready for a short break soon, but you're still welcome to call in with any questions, comments at 870-277-1080. And this is your Wheeler Harden. Okay. Let's get into some more about the conference. And maybe you could talk about the things that has happened in the past, some of the successes, and what you hope to see this year.
One of the things that I think is important to mention is how interdisciplinary the conference is. We have people from all of the various colleges within departments, within our college: nutrition, occupational therapy, physical therapy. They're all the nurses department, of course. And they're all a part of presentations and encouraging their students to attend also. So it's really made a world of difference that we began to be more interdisciplinary in terms of the committee that oversees the abstracts and the participation.
Okay. We're going to get ready to go to break. When we come back, we'll finish up this discussion. You listen to Community Conversations on Kelly K, 102.5 FM. The mics are off, but the cameras are still rolling. So we don't want to say, if you don't want to give out any student's name or anybody's personal
We're
information.
not giving names. We may want to talk about the people that are on our committee.
Okay.
You know, even though Libby is not serving this year, but she is working. You know, she's working on getting us funds. And Dr. Tyler is Dr. Christy Phillip is still serving. She's a physical therapist. And Pam Towery is still serving. She's the director of nutrition service. Peggy Ryan is still serving, and she is the director of the Delta Studies Center. Tracy Morrison is still serving, and she is the director of occupational therapy. Randall Murray is serving, and he is our pre-manager advisor. And Marcel?
Yes.
Yeah, Marcel Agnew will be serving, and she is our MSW student,
She's a graduate.
grad assistant.
We can't leave out Barbara, who
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
Barbara is the lifesaver. She is the administrative assistant.
Yeah.
Still looking in there. This is flashing.
I'm trying to see, is there somebody else on here that I did?
You treated everybody. Did you want to include, for example, some of the students from the SWSO?
That are they gonna serve? Absolutely. And we were saying that we're gonna utilize our work organizations as volunteers.
And I'd like you to talk about, I'm trying to understand how, even though you all are part of the profession college now, this may explain how social work fits into health, the health aspect of it. I know we talked a little bit about it yesterday, that social workers are everywhere, so.
Well, that,
We are listed as a healthcare profession.
I'm okay.
we are a major profession in mental health care.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
what I
dominant.
was kind of touched on yesterday, that a lot of time students, that when they say, well, when they undecided, or they tell me I want to do a degree in, like I was doing you yesterday, you want to do it in psychology? Okay, tell me what you're going to do with that.
Yeah.
Because you need to know, and we don't always share that. And it costs too much money to go to school these days. You know, you need to know what you can do with what you're spending your money for.
We
So,
have about 20 seconds before we come back. So definitely want to get into that. Finish up talking about the people that are involved, and then how the health and social work, you know, how social work fits into the health disparities aspect. Welcome back to Community Conversations. I am your host for today, Quilila Hardin. I am here talking with Dr. Pat Wilkerson and Dr. Pat Guy Walls. They're from Arkansas State University from the social work department, and we're talking about the Health Disparities Conference that they are hosting this year. And we're going to finish up talking about one thing they were going into, some of the people that are involved in the conference, and then we're going to get into some other topics.
okay. List of committee members, and, you know, Dr. Wilkerson and are serving as the co-chairs of this conference. Dr. Evie Tyler is the social worker that is served on the conference. Dr. Christy Phillip is a physical therapist and is also a member of the conference committee. Ms. Pam Towery is the director of nutrition services in our college. Ms. Peggy Wright is also a member of the committee, and she's the director of the Delta Studies Center. Dr. Tracy Morrison is the Director of Occupational Therapy, and she is serving on this committee. Mr. Randall Murray is our new major advisor. He serves on the committee. Ms. Marshall Agnew is a MSW student who is serving on the committee.
Okay.
And who keeps us all together? Can't say enough about Ms. Barbara Brooks, who is our administrative assistant. She keeps us in order. We will be utilizing many student volunteers during this conference. BSW student organization, representatives from it, representatives from our MSW student organization. We will also be using volunteers from our NABSW, that's our National Association of Black Social Work Student Organization. And anyone else who wishes to volunteer, your request will not be denied.
Alrighty. So are you also accepting like people just from the community who are not a part of Arkansas State University?
Absolutely. We have vendors that come and set up every year at our conferences. So any vendors that are listening to this, we encourage you to come out and be a part of this conference.
Okay.
If you're interested in setting up a table concerning your agency and what your agency does, we welcome that. We just will need to know, and you can call our administrative assistant to get on a list to do that. One other shout that I must give is to our dean, Dr. Susan Hannerhan, who has been an adamant supporter of this conference as she was with the HIV and AIDS conference.
She was a guest on our show about a month or so ago, and I truly enjoyed speaking with her and learning a little bit more about nursing. Well, not necessarily nursing, but the College of Health and Health Professions. So hopefully we can get some more health professional students in here to talk about some other issues in months to come. So I'm happy that you all are able to work together and really bring this together. It's something that the community needs, and I really hope that many people participate and take advantage of all that you have to offer. Yesterday, Dr. Pat Walls, we talked about how social workers work in the health field, and I was asking off air, how does social work fit into with the health disparities, with the conference and health disparities in general. So can you explain to our listeners and viewers how these two different things connect?
Well, we're proud to, both of us have together, we span over 60 years of time as being social workers.
Oh, wow.
Social work is a very, very versatile field.
Okay.
One of the things that give us a lot more sustainability is that we are the primary profession in the mental health arena.
Okay.
We've been around since the turn of the 20th century
Okay.
and are now going quite strong in this century as well. We provide most of the mental health care, whether in service or out of service. We provide services in schools, in prisons, and hospitals with older people, military, with at-risk youth, you name it, and social work is there. One of the unique things about us as a profession is that we are licensed. So without a license, you cannot call yourself a social worker.
Okay.
The other side of it is that we encourage people, young people who are going into other disciplines who want to work with people, that to become a social worker provides you that avenue
Okay.
to those different arenas. And as a social worker, we can work in almost in every arena, but people who are not social workers cannot work within our arena.
Okay. So social work is kind of exclusive to one degree, but all inclusive on another.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
And from the health part of it is that social workers are doing tremendous research in the area of health. I didn't talk very much on yesterday about some of my research, but some of my research that deals with health issues specifically, I have looked at and studied and published in reference to heart diseases.
Okay.
And that got added to my agenda when my husband was diagnosed with heart problems.
Okay.
And so I had looked at it before, but not like I look at it now.
Okay.
HIV and AIDS, I have published in reference to HIV and AIDS, and Dr. Wilkerson and I both have presented in national forums on this topic. And I became passionate about it when I developed the World Day Conference. And what made me become so passionate about it when I began to look at the numbers. And I began to look at the numbers in the area in which I grew up in, Forest City, Mariana, Helena, West Memphis. The numbers were off the chart.
And I'm from Mariana, so I can
Right.
imagine.
And so then Dr. Wilkerson and I had already began to look at it. And then when she came on board, we were first looking at, in reference to HIV and AIDS, with the numbers being higher among the ages of 15 to 25. Then I began to look at that, and then the numbers went skyrocketing for African American women
Oh my goodness.
over 50. And I'm like,
Yes.
okay, what's going on here?
Wow.
So we began to look at that, and in reference to health, what we found is that many of the health care professionals were not asking the questions. Women that were 50 and older. And so the literature was clearly saying to us, by the time you go to the doctor 50, nobody's testing you for that. You're in full-blown AIDS. So that became another part of my research agenda. And so we're doing, when I say we, I'm talking about social workers are doing a tremendous amount of research these days that deals with health issues.
Wow. I would love to read more of your research that you've come up with concerning AIDS. We've had a representative from NARAN, and we talked a little bit about, HIV and AIDS, but to hear that women over 50, that number was like really high for that age group. Is it? And this is not the topic for today, but I do want to ask, in your research, was it that these women they're coming in contact with people who are not telling them their status, or?
Yeah, a lot of times, they're not, most people, they're not telling you that they got HIV and AIDS, and the myth that you could look at people tell they got HIV and AIDS is just that. And then the other thing, what the literature was showing us is that, a lot of time when women get out of childbearing age, and then they're trusting of the people that they are in a relationship, and they're just not, no one is having the conversation.
Okay.
So we're encouraging people to have a conversation. We're currently working on an article for women over 50, HIV and AIDS in the Delta region.
Okay.
And so hopefully that will be out by the end of the year. And so it is something that we have to pay attention to.
I think it's a very important piece to add that the majority of the cases are from men to men. That's internationally. The literature will show you that there are drug users, IV users, but the most of the spreading is from men to men. And I believe the acronym or the abbreviation is MSM. And it's not amongst just black or white, it's among Latino, it's among Asian Americans, it's among all groups. But with the women, the worst is that by the time they do find out, it's like Dr. Wall said, it's full of AIDS, and they think that they have something else and they're dying. The social scenario is one in which a woman who is 50 is that the man she's involved with is older and he's thinking more along her generation's lines, but that's not the case.
Wow, that's really interesting. I would love to have you all back again to talk more about this topic. And once you get your article, when the article is released, and any other information you have to share, this is a very interesting and much needed topic to be discussed.
Yes, it really needs to be discussed because the number of people who are living with AIDS, the beautiful part is it's not a death threat, where at one point you thought that you could only just die. But today there are medicines that allow people to live with AIDS. And the medicine is so well that children who are born from parents who are HIV have AIDS are now able to become free of the disease as they begin to live.
That's wonderful. And this all falls under the topic of health disparities.
True.
And in the Delta region, how lack of information, lack of resources can cause someone to fall into a statistic. And this is what you all are trying to prevent. Someone from becoming another statistic. So
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't give a shout out. We have two people watching on the live stream. Stephanie Sweat, say good morning, Dr. Walls and Dr. Wilkerson.
Hello, Stephanie.
One of our students, she's doing progress.
Yeah.
And then Miss Tierney Thurman, she's like, hey y'all.
Hey.
Thanks, Terry.
Yes, that's good to know.
She was a guest on our show talking about the Multicultural Center. And that was a really interesting topic as well.
Well, yes, I think anytime that you have a forum such as a radio station, which I do listen to,
Thank you.
it's important that we communicate to the larger community what is going on, because the university is a part of the community, but the work that we do as professors and as educators is something that we also want to make others aware of.
And that's what we really try to do, again, kind of stealing your title for your conference, Bridging the Gap. Even though Arkansas State, yes, it's a university, but it serves the community.
Correct.
And we want the community members to know that there are resources available to them. All you have to do is, ask someone somewhere, ensure they're fine, the help they need. Most of the people that come on, I do ask them, what are ways that the community can help you, and what are some events or things you're doing to reach out to the community? So I do want to ask, concerning the conference, do you send out invitations individually to various agencies or organizations, or how do people become more aware of your conference?
Just in several different ways. Yesterday, along with my administrative assistant, we met with our contact person over in, what is it called? Constant Contact. So the email blasts that will be going out. And the first one should have went out today. Constant Contact. And so that would also be the mechanism in which individuals will register for the conference.
Okay.
We have a relatively large social work program.
Okay.
And so email blasts have already gone out to our collaborating agencies that are in our community. And so I would also be encouraging by our committee members who have another set of email, send those to people. We really want conference to be well attended. It was well attended last year. And I think for anyone who will be attending it, I think that they will be very pleased with the topics and presentations that will be presented during the conference. The fees are very low in reference to what registration costs for is going and attending a conference and getting contact hours. And so $60 registration is a minimum fee.
Okay.
$10 for lunch.
That's really great.
It's a minimum fee. So we're encouraging all of your listeners to come out and support the conference. If you are a business, please contact our administrative assistant. We would love to have you to set up and be a part of the conference.
Okay. And as far as vendors, do they have to set up a table booth that is health related, or you allow people to maybe sell things? Like, how does that? I'm just asking.
I don't know if we can sell things.
Okay.
You can put things away.
Okay.
And I tell you a young lady that I'm real excited about her being a part of the conference this year. I didn't even know this until last year, but Dillard's has a lipstick that if you purchase this lipstick, and I can't even tell you the name of it, she will be at our conference. She had a conflict last year. But for every tube of this lipstick that is sold, the money goes into a fund to support HIV and AIDS.
That's wonderful.
And so she wanted to come last year, but there was a conflict.
Okay.
And she was not able to come. So we're looking forward to her being a part of the conference this year.
Okay. So any of you out there that are listening or watching live, you are welcome to become a vendor. Now, is there a fee for the vendors? No fee for the vendors. Will they still have to pay the registration fee?
If they are going to partake
Okay.
in any of the sessions,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So if you want to be a vendor, go to the Arkansas State University social work page and look at the information on the Health Disparities Conference and reach out to the administrative assistant, and they will get in touch with whoever else you need to contact. If you would like to attend the conference, the fee is $60 with $10 for lunch, and you can also register online.
Students.
And the student's fee is $10. Now, that includes their lunch as well?
No.
Okay, $10 for registration plus $10 for lunch. And just based on the information that you have given us, like, it'll be so beneficial for everyone to attend. I mean, how much more can you ask? $6 for all the education that you are providing is really wonderful. I was looking online at some courses, and they're like $230 something per credit hour. So $60 is kind of steep. And then you're offering continuing education hours, 6 hours for the continuing education hours. So that's really a steal. I'm sorry.
One other final comment that Dr. Patrcia and I failed to mention, that we will be having a silent auction at the conference. And the money that we raise from this conference is into an account so that we can help support student research.
Okay. We're going to get into that when we come back. I didn't want you to get cut off.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready for a break. We'll be right back on Community Conversations, Kelly K, 102.5 FM. When the music changes over like that, it's getting ready for
Okay. I was like, let's talk about it. Yeah. I don't know, we had 5 continuing ed last year.
I think that what did the nurses do when they had to go see the posters?
They judge, and so
No, the nurses students. The nurse students went to the posters. They got so much for doing that.
Oh, I don't know.
At the time.
Libby, I don't want to tell it about that too, because I don't have the total information.
Mhm.
Now, Dr. Libby did say that her students will be required to come and they will get extra credit, but I haven't gotten any writing yet, so I don't want to mention it. These are the health screening stations that we had, that we probably will this year. Health screening stations included blood pressure, pulse check, body mass index screening, stress screening, alcohol and drug screening, and depression screening. And we will also have free confidential HIV and STD testing. And they will be conducted by Arkansas Center for Addiction Research, Education, and Services.
So can you do
And that's all free.
Can you check for STDs through blood? Like, how does that work?
They can, they do both. Now, with the HIV and AIDS test now, they got another type test where they just swab,
Okay.
they just swab it. And,
Shows immediate.
Oh, wow.
and you have expert counselors that will be on the scene.
Okay.
This is what they do. The people from Little Rock will be coming down
Oh, wow.
and conducting those screenings. So in the event that there is a positive test, you got an expert. This is what they do to talk to you and to advise you what to do next.
I'm sure that initial wave is like you're positive, negative, I don't know, and that, so yeah, dealing with those emotions.
Yeah, but it's always important to know, and that's what young people aren't aware of, is that they are sexually involved and they don't know who that last person slept with, so it's always good to know.
I watched a commercial on HPV and I had myself vaccinated because I was informed about it when I worked for PACES. We had to learn about some newer and different STDs, and I wanted to give them the best start. I can only teach him not to do or how to protect himself, but sorry. Welcome back to Community Conversation on KLK 102.5 FM. But before we get back into our discussion, I want to give a quick announcement. The Zion from New Mount Zion Church, which is at 403 West Allen, will be hosting a fish fry fundraiser starting at 11 a.m. until about 5 p.m. You are welcome to stop by the church to pick up plates, or they will deliver for orders 2 or more. So 935-2334 for more information. Okay, so we got the announcement out of the way. Let's get back into the Health Disparities Conference, and you were talking about a silent auction, Dr. Watson.
Yes, we normally have vendors that donate items to us, and so we're open for those donation vendors. What we do with the information that is donated to the conference is that we have a silent auction. You can bid throughout the day, and then there's a cutoff time when the bids will be closed, and then we will announce the winners of the bid. All funds that is generated from the silent auction bid and from the conference, portions of that money goes into a fund to support students for research interests. We are encouraging our students to become more actively involved in presenting at state conferences and national conferences, and this is our way of not just verbally encouraging our students to move to the next level of their career, but also being in a financial way that we can also help support that.
Okay. Any other final thoughts? We have about 3 or 4 minutes left, so any other final thoughts Dr. Wilkerson, that you would like to add concerning the conference or just the social work department in general?
Oh, I don't think that I mentioned that the book that Dr. Williams has written, it will be available, and she will do book signings there at the conference.
Okay, so there are a lot of great things to look forward to at the Health Disparities Conference. Again, the date for that is November the 4th, and pre-registration starts at 8 a.m. and the conference will go up until 4 p.m. Again, the fee is $60 with $10 for lunch. Student registration is $10 and $10 for lunch. They're going to have some wonderful speakers. The proposal is already going out, or as well as the call. So anyone who would like to be a presenter, please reach out to them. It's a proposal. How does it work? I want to ask that. Someone submits a proposal. How many will you receive? And then how many will you choose?
That will be based upon the availability of rooms that we have available.
Okay.
So if we get a massive number of proposals submitted, we hope we will,
Okay.
then they will be reviewed by the committee, and then they will be rated, and the ones that are rated the highest will be the ones who will be selected, and the presenters will be notified. That is the process.
Okay.
I did want to say one thing about our presenter for the native of Jonesboro.
Okay.
In case you don't know who Charlotte Llewellyn Williams is, for some of our older members that may be listening, Charlotte is the daughter of the Reverend Dr. Herman Llewellyn, who was the pastor for years at First Baptist.
Yes.
And her father did tremendous community work
Yes, he did.
in Jonesboro. So I'm going to encourage people, come out and hear,
Okay.
a native of our community that have gone on to do some really significant work.
That's wonderful. And I'm sure many of the members from that church would love to come out in here. I will make sure to pass on that information. And I will look up the information and share it on Facebook and all the other social media outlets. Any other information you all have, please either email to the station or email to myself. I'll make sure to give you that information. We're on top of what's going on, not just at Arkansas State, not just in the social work department, but everywhere. And anything you all may want to know what's going on in the community, we'll be happy to share that as well. So this has been Community Conversations with your host, Willa Harden. Again, my guests have been Dr. Pat Wilkerson and Dr. Pat Guy Wallace from the Social Work Department at Arkansas State University. We have been discussing the Health Disparities Conference that is coming up. I really hope that you all have learned some valuable information today. For those of you that are listening and watching live on Facebook and YouTube, I really hope that you put in your heart to attend this conference. They're going to be presenting some valuable information. And for those of you who just may want to be a vendor, reach out to them. Go to the Arkansas State University webpage and click on the Social Work Department, and you will find all the information that you need that will lead you in the right direction. Thank you, ladies, so very much for being our guests today.
Thank you for having us.
Any final thoughts? We have like about a minute left. Any final thoughts?
We want people to know that there will be multiple workshops, and they run concurrently.
Okay.
They just have to choose the particular session that they want to watch.
No, the one
part
with Dr. Charlotte.
She is the keynote speaker.
So everyone will attend
Yes,
her. Okay.
that's the opening event.
Okay.
She's the keynote speaker, and we're so proud to have her.
I'm definitely going to put on my calendar to attend. I think this will be very beneficial for me as well. No, the student posters and the presentations from the students, will they be on the outside of the...
They are in a separate room where the students will be and the judges will go around looking at each of the particular posters.
Okay. All right, but thank you all. That wraps up today's Community Conversation show. Join us tomorrow again at 9 a.m. Have a great Thursday. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you all so very much.